Hey guys, it is Rachel Feldman, and I'm so pumped to be here with Nicole Tantro. She is am I saying that correct, Nicole?
Tantro is
a murder last name. All right, guys. Bottom line is this. She is an amazing coach, just like many of you, had a brick and mortar business. How long, Nicole, did you have your brick and mortar?
10 years.
10 years that she has dedicated her time, her energy to building that business. So what we're going to talk about today is an issue that many of you are either struggling with or you're trying to figure out the template to go forward. How do we bring this amazing brick and mortar, that one-on-one platform of seeing people face to face into this virtual world? So what we're going to do today, Nicole said, show me the possibilities of the 12-month hormone membership content that we just put together. So I said, Nicole, you swear and do this with me because this will serve everyone. So Nicole, before I share the screen and show some specifics, just tell everyone the basis of your business and some of just a few different problems that you have felt and struggled with, not even before this, because I know you've wanted to go virtual. Yes. So break it down for everyone. And if you don't mind, just clicking off your notifications on your phone.
Yes, I just was.
Okay. Like, oh, man. Don't worry. This is all our virtual life. Hello.
No, right. I just said my son's mowing the lawn in the background. So, thank you, Rachel. This is so exciting. So I'm a physical therapist and a health coach, which sounds amazing, right? But I've struggled with that for many years too, to try to figure out how to put those two together. I got rid of the corporate world of PT 10 years ago and started my own practice, which was going really, really well. And I'm very manual in my practice. So that's fantastic when you have a practice, right? And so it's just been very difficult to add the nutrition piece to everything. And so 10 years I've had the manual piece, and I started very general so I can help anyone from babies to elderly and even people trying to get pregnant. So that was great, but then it's been washed out. And then forget about right now with the pandemic because I'm just so hands-on. So fast forward to like right now, I have totally declared that I want a niche, and I really want to help premenopausal moms because that's me. I am kind of my perfect avatar a few years ago because I feel like I do have a few steps ahead of them. And that's why I'm so excited. And I saw the 12-month come up, and I wanted to know the kind of the difference between the 12-month and your specific, perimenopausal program. So
even just want to make sure that they're saying, even as we build this out, and I'm going to take notes on the side, but I want people to see the importance of clarity, guys. We are in a time where digital marketing has changed, as it always does, month to month, with changes in the media, with changes in the world. That's how we're affected in our digital marketing space, to trust people, to actually go into somebody's list builder, because we know in this digital marketing world that most often if we sign up, we're going to get some kind of marketing. And that is why it's really important to know the problems of your ideal client. I hear a lot of coaches who often say that they put a lot of work into something and it's not converting, whether it's a free offer or paid. So the way that I structured my business and the way that I know it works for tons of coaches is to look at the problem, the teaching pillars that you know are going to help your ideal client get from step 1 to even just step 2, let alone to step 5, which is this ultimate intuitive wellness that we all desire for our clients, that they are empowered, educated, so that they can be empowered in their health decisions and move forward. Always say, what am I known for? What do I want to teach? What are these teaching pillars? Nicole, can you just give me, just before we even dive into showing the possibilities of what we can do, what are some of your core teachings that you know are essential for this premenopausal woman?
Yes, for sure. So in the beginning, I think awareness is huge. So I've been working on my stages. I work a little with Stu, and I think I'm hearing some of the language, so, the stages.
The
So
hero journey. The hero.
Yeah,
so
exactly. And, your stage 1 to stage 5, and then what's in the middle.
And guys, if you don't know who Stu is, it's Stu McLaren. Stu McLaren, as well as many others in the digital marketing industry, teach something called the hero journey. This is extremely important. In our membership, we're doing exercises on understanding our teaching pillars, understanding how to get specific in our offers, and then furthermore, understanding the stages and the process that you're taking your clients through, so you're creating a customer life cycle. This means that when they graduate from stage 1, where do they go? We either know these offers and we've put them on paper, or we know them in our head and we start to listen to people. It's in the listening to the problems that we turn the problem into the offer. The pain becomes the offer and the product. So always think of that when you're thinking, what are my freebies? And before we dive in, even right now, I just want many of you, and I know Nicole has struggled, and I know I have, is that we say, should I have this? Should I have a workshop on perimenopause? It's not, should we have a workshop on perimenopause? We're going to sit there and discuss after we look at the 12-month. Nicole, are you attracting clients right now that are asking you about perimenopause? Are you attracting clients who are asking about the stages, perimenopause, into going to menopause? And what are their other problems that they keep asking you? So as digital marketers, as wellness entrepreneurs and heart-based coaches, we have to listen. We have to take notes. We have to then turn the problems into, the very pleasures that they desire, to understand where they want to go, what really inspires them, what are their fears, what are their wake-up problems, and most importantly, what is the wake-up problem and the aspects that Nicole needs to talk about to figure out her list builders, her low-cost offer, her mid, and her high ticket. So please, when you're looking at what works and what doesn't, abandon this perfect funnel and start listening, right? How many times have I said, abandon this perfect platform, the perfect strategy? It's about understanding what your ideal client wants, taking that, getting specific, creating these test freebies so that we in turn create 3 signature freebies that convert, 3 signature workshops and webinars where we can dominate and use different webinars to create mini teachings, mini lives using the content. So then we do less creating and more connecting, less creating, more testing. And then all of a sudden, it's not anymore of, should I have this one offer at this price? It's, wow, I know that when I put out this masterclass for $97 with the recipes, everyone flocked to it. Funny, I have a low-cost offer at this. Okay, so my buyer psychology, the love language of my person would rather this versus that. This is where we embrace this infinite mindset about the offers and the possibilities for our unique client versus the blueprint that everyone says I should do. And that is why I always say you have to look at our whole business funnel and know where we want our clients to go, but always make sure that we are meeting them in the pain, giving them what they want, meeting them and leading them through the path, knowing that not everyone's going to come to Nicole and go all in and do everything, because not everyone has that commitment yet, believe they can. And this is psychology of people. If we don't bring the psychology into our offers and understand our habits, the desires, the wants, and also the very things when people say, I'm not ready for that. That seems too hard. Right away, your client just said, Nicole, I love this program. It just feels overwhelming. It's not that it's not right. We don't abandon it. We refine and create a different, lower commitment offer, still knowing that that woman will in turn go through that. She'll have the win. And then she's going to say, Cole, do you still have an opening for your intensive? I know I said I couldn't do it, but I went through this. You have the 21-day hormone detox, correct?
I think I haven't pulled the trigger on that one yet. I have the 5-day.
Okay. So the 5-day hormone detox, they say, wow, Nicole, I'm ready for that 5-day hormone detox because I've seen you consistently show up 3 times a week and just talk about menopause, reverse engineer into the perimenopause and the signs and the steps. And I've seen you reverse engineer into every pain point, every question that she's ever been asked. So as we dive into the power of content and the opportunities that we can create, I want you to, if this feels right in your love language, to abandon everything we've learned, to create that intuitive roadmap for our intuitive funnel, knowing our client, thinking about her behaviors, thinking about her fears. Where does she have her roadblocks in her days? We know that it's really easy to not drink out of plastic, but does she still? And no shame or blame. What in her life feels hard? Does she have kids? What are her objections? Is she like, glass feels so hard? And then Nicole, if I remember correctly from one of our videos, you said, this is my favorite water bottle that one of my friends got. And it's sharing what are behind the scenes, because our behind the scenes and our consistency in showing up is where she's going like this. Oh, wow, Nicole shared this great tip. I'm going to keep following Nicole. It doesn't happen because we put up a freebie. Everyone does that. Everyone has a freebie in this current digital. Everyone's got trainings. Everyone has webinars. What sets you apart? It's your behind the scenes, what you do, because each one of us does different things. It's how you explain how easy it is. And you show, not just talk. Talk is cheap. We have to show that we actually do this. Oh, wow, this is the oil I use for XYZ. These are my tricks. Oh yeah, this is John Guy from Wise Women. I love this one because the others, XYZ. So please, guys, hone in on this. And now we are going to create the perfect funnel and the possibilities based on the 12-month hormone program, and individually look at how, with Nicole's clients, what is their love language? So Nicole, tell us, now that we're getting into the nitty gritty, what do you desire for your ideal client? What is this dream business? Sorry, before we go, what is this dream business?
So dream business right now, I would love to bring everything just online. I'm kind of done with the brick and mortar. So I would love to have a membership. That's my big dream right now, is a membership where women can come together, these premenopausal women, feel safe and listened to and validated, and then learn in bite-sized chunks to get from their point A to stage 1 to stage 5, or point A to point B, whatever you want to call it. So that would be my dream. And what I've had to do is like really think about scaling back, because if I'm looking at my own self in this time frame, we're busy. Even with, things still shut down, we're busy. So it has to be small little bite-sized chunks. So that's kind of my dream right now, is small, actionable, doable things to bring them. And then I just need to figure out how to keep them coming back for more and wanting more. And it's I don't know, it's really exciting. I talk a lot when I get excited. So I'm really excited about this.
we all do. And with that clarity and the polarizing down and getting specific, then we can create all these possibilities. So Everyone, if you don't know me, you know that I create pictures constantly because when we start thinking and see how excited you are, Nicole, the moment we sit with the template, with our Excel spreadsheet, with all the stuff, we go like this. I'm confused. So let's go at the top. What does your ideal client need to hear from you in a workshop, in some checklists, in maybe a PDF even with a video? Because it's in this power of videos that we know people connect with us, and that connection leads to a conversion. So would this be a workshop on menopause? Tell me the very problems that you know your ideal client is struggling with.
So you'd be so proud of me. So since I've decided to niche down, I've actually done a little bit of research and talked to some of these women, and I've written down some of their what they've said, which wouldn't have been my words, like in quotes. So a lot of them have gained weight, which is not what I've experienced. So it's really good for me to talk to other people. So this woman has gained 15 pounds and she's always stayed really tight. So weight has been an issue. Moodiness has been an issue. And one girl that talked to me, this is also, you'd be so proud of me, is that I've started doing Facebook Lives. I kind of got quiet for a while. I got sick of the craziness and the division, and I've got to get past that and realize it's okay. But I got back on social media and I did a video basically just talking about kind of like easing some of my people in to maybe unfollow me from the past that aren't my ideal people anymore. And I had this woman reach out to me in Facebook Messenger. We've been an acquaintance a long time ago. And she gave me her email. Like, I didn't even put up a call to action. She's like, hey, I used to get stuff from you, but I think I changed emails. And she gave me her email and said, basically all my friends are talking about those things: the night sweats, the low libido, not feeling, like herself, and kind of feeling alone and almost taken advantage of, especially the moms, because we just do everything for our kids. So those are some of the really big ones. And those are just like kind of the general big ones. And then forget about like cold hands and lose, hair, different changes in hair and things like that. So those are some of the things that I've heard recently.
See what's awesome, Nicole, because I know and tell me, was it because I kept saying, do this, Nicole, show up, you're amazing? Or was it that you just really said, this has not worked, sitting behind the sidelines? Or was it the clarity, or was it a little of all the above?
All of the above, absolutely, because I've studied with you for so long, and you've been you've been on like my shoulder forever. And it's like, I don't know what it is in my own body, but it's almost like I had to be ready for it. And this whole pandemic and this pivoting has really made me realize that this is not working. This is not working. And I also have to be accepting of the past, of the people that like I just said, if they unfollow me now on my Elite Health and Wellness regular Facebook page, just my business Facebook page, it's okay.
It's okay.
And I wasn't like that before. Like, I'm someone, I want everyone to like me. And I'm working really hard on that it's okay. They can respect me, but they don't have to, like. So I think it's a little of all three, to be honest with you. But the clarity, man, I tell you, it's exciting.
Well, because the clarity gives you the excitement. And that's what's so hard, I think, for us as health entrepreneurs. We immediately want this one perfect funnel. We want to do the Facebook ads. We want to go to this very expensive mastermind instead of sitting there and doing the basics.
I've tried all of those
things. Asking people and getting real life comments, and also realizing that our niche changes and evolve because we age, we change. When I first started working with kids, I attracted people because I shared about a lot of the early intervention, the struggle as a mom, the adrenal issues, not putting myself first. I shared all of that story. I attracted the people. And so we don't attract people and get them into our funnel, which is, as I always say, it's a no opt-in. It's when we start really talking and people are like, it's a breath of fresh air. This person is giving me this amazing information and educating me on things I haven't been talking about. And then they reach out to you with their email. So one, I'm so proud of you, girl.
You know what? Something else to say that might be helpful for everyone else too is that I shouldn't say she did reach out to me, but I actually did a little legwork because there's so few people, which I'm okay with, that are interacting with my video. I went back after maybe like an hour or so, and all the people that liked or loved my video, I actually reached out to them in Messenger and just said, hey, thanks for the support. I really appreciate it. So that's what started the conversation. And I also did it to the gentleman that watched too. And I wrote to this guy and I said, I'm just going to be friendly and said, hey, thanks so much for your support. And he says, I really love watching your videos. You have some sort of calming effect on me. Then he says, I've got to get you in front of Nicole, which is also his wife's name. So I'm like, I'm so glad that I didn't just rule him out as like, okay, he's not my perfect avatar. I was just being nice and said, hey, thanks for the support. And now he wants his wife to actually get in front of my stuff.
Not only are you being nice, and this is what I've said in the beginning, is that because I graduated from IN and other schools 10 years ago, this was the approach we were taught. Because there weren't all these extensive different platforms. We were taught the VIP approach. If somebody emails in, we don't look at the like or the number. We say, this is a human being that is interested. They're already warm. We know this cold versus warm audience. They're already warm. Why don't I do what anyone would want to? They want to feel that VIP experience. I know people only have 300 people on their list, but they have always listened, gotten people on the phone, offered, hey, jump on a chat with me, no sign up required, hit reply. And these are some, we call them the OG approaches on the podcast. When I interviewed Amanda Getzer, she said, still to this day, I send video responses. I said, it's so funny, still to this day, I do the same. So I'm really happy that you shared that, because that is an inexpensive, no cost way to start your business and create a tribe that believes in you. And in that trust, that's where we get hired. So with that, now let's jam. For any of you that are still on, now we're going to jam about what to do. We have the exact problems. We said weight and hormones. In the 12-month, there is one on weight and insulin resistance. We're talking about mood. We're talking about anxiety, heart palpitations, all things that we know a woman has. So we play out that even more. What is she experiencing? With mood, does she know that the gut and brain axis? Does she understand the microbiome and the hormones? What information do we need to go, what I call lower level 1 to 3 issues versus a higher level talk? A great example of this, and Nicole, I would highly suggest, whether you look at Anne Louise Gittleman or another person that specializes, you will see even in their blogs and their videos that you can say, hey, my name is Nicole. Today we're going to be diving into a topic that people continue to ask me about. You know what, guys, let me pull up this PowerPoint, this presentation that I am including in my exclusive membership for women who are frustrated with low libido. And hello, guys, if you're watching, tag your wife or tag somebody you know is suffering, your sister, your mom, because we don't want night sweats. We don't want to feel moody and tired and have heart palpitation. All signs of 1, 2, 3. We also want to make sure our thyroid is healthy, because too often when hormones change, our metabolism changes, our mobility. I mean, whatever are the part of what I call the problems for each of your ideal client. Because when we play out their life and we say, oh, here's this person who has weight and hormones. Does she have, is it blood sugar? Is it insulin resistance? How is it affecting her? Is it her skin? Is it her aging? What are all of the problems that this woman is intentionally searching on SEO platforms, which are YouTube and Pinterest and Google? Google, of course, we all know that, but this is where SEO, it's not the blog that they just find, you guys. It's the blog that is shared with a video and an image to Pinterest. It is shared in places where people intentionally are searching. Hence why it's imperative to look at hard data, whether you do it in the way that Nicole and I do it, more with conversations, or whether you are an absolute geek in looking at Google Analytics. This is the proven test. And this is also going to save you guys a lot of money when you're doing Facebook ads. Don't just have somebody say, oh, we'll run an ad to that, especially if it's not specific. Don't spend the money. Instead, do what Nicole said.
I made that mistake.
Yeah, we all have
a long time ago.
Test. Ask people what they're struggling with. So we have each one of these. Night sweats, libido. What would you say? Oh, hair. I just had 5 conversations with women today about that. Hair falling out, stress in hair.
Yes, that's huge.
And then even if we go with hair, aging, collagen, stress, vegetarian collagen. I mean, all these cool geeked out things that we're all searching, and we all do and know, whether it's the supplementation for hair. And then those are all your little teaching topics. And what you're going to do, Nicole, is with the 12-month hormone, we don't have to, people always say, how do we create little videos and trainings? You have the PowerPoint up. You can show 2 slides. Hey guys, I want to show you the signs of perimenopause. That same slide on our PowerPoints, you take a screenshot, that becomes the image on your blog. And I would highly suggest, Nicole, because we all know, I wish it didn't happen, but we know that often images get stolen. You can also, Nicole, with the template that I think is in our membership, and I'll show you this, how to create the one image where you see the information on the left. We go, this is Nicole's signature, strategy for women. And we can then test some different, are you attracting women menopausal? Are you attracting them pre, or do they not even know there's hormone issues?
Yeah,
like the weight. And then all of a sudden, we geek out on the the digital marketing strategy. I don't even want to use the word social media anymore. This is digital marketing. This is about being known as the expert, getting specific, and being louder. So all of these topics, we then create these little test list builders. One is going to be on hair, with a video, Nicole, because I think that when we get really specific and we show our teaching, you could have even 3 little 8-minute videos. Hey, my name is, I want to tell you what many of my clients struggle with. This was my story. That's video 1. And guys, this is called, whether you like ClickFunnels or use it or not, Russell Brunson has given the roadmap for how you do videos. The other is called, in emails, soap opera sequence. It's not about, should I send this one email? It's looking at the very things that people need to know about you to connect with you. Then they need to hear, what do you do with your clients? What has worked? And we give them a little, hey guys, this is my magic oil for hormones, or when I don't take my John Guy, this is what happens. So that those are these, oh my goodness, Nicole gave me this freebie on libido, or she took pieces of the 5-day hormone detox and broke these up to literally create multiple little entries. Or that could be even 5 recipes that you have in the membership, and then making them hormone recipes. Hint, hint.
I know.
Because every person, even though we live in a world of information, they geek out on having the template and the roadmap, because our clients' biggest problem is they are overwhelmed in a world of information. They hear from the media, they read in the magazines. Some of our clients go to Thrive Global because they followed Huffington Post. And they transferred over. So they're like sleep, stress. They're hearing all the information. They're all smart. They watch the doctor's panel. They're listening. They're taught by media. The difference and the game changer in your signature business funnel is being able to tap into these little points, because that's where you get their attention, where you lead them, whether your signature freebies or your low cost offer, which could be your 5-day hormone detox at going 67, like Nicole Jardim. That 5-day hormone detox with 5 videos, Nicole, 5 short 10-minute videos going day by day. That means, guys, instead of you creating and spending hours on covers or hours on making the perfect, you spend more time in dominating on your key signature teaching pillars. That's why in the beginning, for those of you who have been here in the beginning, if not, go back to the replay. I always say when I teach, what is your niche? What do you want to be known for? What are your core teaching pillars? Because this is what sets you apart. And then it's really clear once we know that signature process to then geek into the strategy. And so that 5-day hormone detox, if we start to play out money, true financial, could be the 5-day hormone detox, like Nicole Jardim, at 67. 5 little videos by Nicole saying, hey guys, I want to show you how easy it is to not use an endocrine disruptor. I want to also show you my way of batch cooking so you don't have to use canned foods, which can also be an endocrine disruptor. And so if we said 67, or 87, 97, everyone's price is different. The goal is that, would you say selling to your existing clients or anybody, or could you say that we could commit to maybe like 10 a month when you really push it and maybe 5 a month? Regardless, let's just say hypothetically that we're going to say, I am going to sell 10 of these, because we know, and it's been proven, that low cost offers on Facebook for Facebook ads truly work. So the way that I would personally market this is get access to my signature 5-day hormone detox for women who are struggling with 1, 2, 3. Of course, there could be an extra list beyond, down, lower. Like, are you struggling with any of these problems? Because for the person who has to keep reading, and then you can say, with 5 trainings or 5 teaching videos on how to get the most wins from this, or how to make this easy, whatever the verbiage is. So if you were promoting that and we said, great, that means set $670. If we go back to our original map, here's your freebies. You could have, of course, your one-on-one offers in one box. Right here is your big goal to the membership, to your group. Whether somebody wanted to come in single offers, or whether they wanted to buy it 3 months. If they bought the whole year, give them some bonus love. Solidify it. Create this great, when you buy a year, you get access to 2 calls with me a month, 2 30-minute calls. Sweeten the VIP experience, guys. We have been taught, like, well, I shouldn't give this. Well, guess what? In a world where you're either a new coach or there's uncertain times, depending on political elections, there are all things that change people's buyer habits. And this doesn't matter. This is essential at no matter what is happening in the world. You have to look at, are people being affected in their buying habits, in their personality? And that's why it's really important to always, it's not about should I have a high ticket or low, it's how do your buyers buy? What is the process? Do they go all in right away? And then we can talk about, of course, if they go all in right away, Nicole's going to have her signature offers for the woman who is like, I'm losing my mind. I've gained weight. I've gained all this. She can still take the same trainings that she's doing in the membership, or when she realizes after time, wow, people are coming to me for weight, perimenopause, and menopause. Then she all of a sudden creates the very specific sub niche. Well, here's, it could be menopause, but then I also have people coming to me for weight and hormonal balance. I then have perimenopause and I have menopause. You can create your different offers. You could also in your one-on-one now use the 5-day hormone detox, personalize it, add extra videos to that. Or over time, like I said, a great one to use as a starting place, which is why we created it, is a 21-day hormone detox. So you'll develop your one-on-one and say, in a 90-minute session, we're going to really personalize that 5-day. In my 3-month intensive, that's a combo of the 21-day hormone detox and specifics from your membership that you're pulling and personalizing. Is that clear? Because I think often we always say, well, what should I offer? It's actually the opposite. Based on your person and who you're attracting, the person who's non-committal or needs to understand that it's worth to invest, at $2,000 with you or $1,000 for 3 months, you can still work virtually, Nicole, and do your one-on-one. Right now, even if somebody didn't want to invest in Zoom, Facebook, Messenger, they've released all these amazing rooms to be able to really help the person like us. And so you can make this very easy. Of course, this could be a Zoom room personal, either any way that we decide what platform practice better. And many other, I know my parents are therapists. They have different platforms because they are therapists that allowed them to do virtual rooms that are, I think, as low as 20 a month in HIPAA. So this is where we have to get smart with our platforms. But your group is where you really want them to graduate. But if the person's not right for the group, they are going to see how this arrow is going back and forth. She's going to be in the group. She's going to say, oh, wow, you know what? I really need I can't figure this out, Nicole. I've done everything. She needs to be in your one-on-one. It doesn't mean that you're taking on everyone, because you even said, right now, my time is limited. And so is my clients. Your goal is they are in a group atmosphere, but the upsell is that you always say in that group, using the 12 months, what sweetens the deal if that woman buys all 12, buys for the year? Right. What do they get from you? Maybe it's not 2 30-minute, maybe it's 1:30 and one group sisterhood, call with everyone. And then if she needs more support, this is where she swings to your 90-minute intensive. And that is the power of a single session. If she needs more support, she is going to enter your value ladder here, your value ladder in your one-on-one. And you're only taking on the person who exactly fits. She's ready. She's all in to work with somebody longer. So what I would say is the low cost offer, the 67, the 5-day detox can also be in your one-on-one, because we haven't bought the 21-day, we're buying the 12-month, but you have the 5-day. So let's really use it and maybe even expand just that 5-day to be a little more for that woman, and then pull content from the PowerPoints to accentuate her VIP experience, Plus, you're going to create a system for your one-on-one. And that's where most of us die and feel exhausted, because we're recreating the wheel.
Yeah.
The same 12-month platform is really the teachings in your one-on-one. And you can take those very same teachings in that PowerPoint, convert the PowerPoint to a PDF, and instantly you're filling in the blanks with them in a one-on-one. And the follow-up that you're sending them is personalized information added to those PowerPoints, or you have the standard and you create your client one-on-one follow-up. And that's a very easy thing to do, saving us time, because the truth is our clients will change. Our system will change, as we discussed earlier. I'm 45. I definitely don't talk about the same stuff that I talked about when I was 35, 37 in this experience. So pricing wise, we always have to say, how am I getting to my 2K a month, 3, 4, 5? How do I get this? And then once we have one template that works, that's where we leverage. And so in conclusion, because I think we have our membership next.
I was just going to say, don't we?
Is that I would really sit first, and the way that I always do it is map out the offers, the why am I doing this? Then fill in the prices. That's why I always say pricing is relative based on the offers. And like you said, as Stu said, the hero journey.
Mm-hmm.
In theory, I would say, and I have a client who successfully does $47 a month, because you're giving them higher value content. You also are covering in those 12 PowerPoints all the missing components of why we don't get better with our hormones. For that woman, whether you're niching down, and I'm not saying to not stay clear, that is what pre-menopause is what's calling to you. I guarantee that you're going to have a bunch of women that also say, Nicole, how did you thrive through perimenopause? Doesn't mean that you're going to deviate from this core. At the same time, think about extra possibilities, because when you have one workshop like our perimenopause or estrogen dominance, perimenopause, menopause, all of a sudden you have 3 signature teachings. Furthermore, from those, the handouts, those could even be freebies. So when we really look at the extensive ways to use content, we're not devoid of the creativity and excitement. Then those can become your testing. Those could even become low-cost offers. Still using those same low-cost offers in your practice, because it is the personalization and the being in your tribe that people want. And so if we were to say a price for the whole, I would say that anywhere from 47 to maybe 67 if you wanted to sell a whole year. Again, this is just relative prices. If we said 67 times 12, that's 804. If you felt that your ICA, your ideal client, would say, this is a no-brainer because I'm also getting with that 6 60-minute sessions with Nicole, then that big push, as Stu McLaren and anybody on teaching memberships, it's really about what sweetens the deal. What is your founding member bonus?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And hey, it's the incentive, because this is human psychology. It's the incentive to push this. Take the month to show the behind the scenes, show what you're working on. Say, guys, for anybody who joins, in this time period, this is the special that's included. So you incentivize them, especially if you're only doing, Stu McLaren says he has, the one open, that's the tribe membership.
Yeah.
My client does that. And she also did a soft reopen. So you don't even have to push that. You re-engage the people who are originally interested behind the scenes, and they can come in maybe after you've gone through 3, because they get access to the replay. what they did was miss the questions. And so some people do twice a year. Christine Northrup, Amy, a bunch of different people do different strategies. And that strategic opportunity and the brainstorming and the thinking of that is because, just like you said in the beginning, you're really clear on what your ideal client struggles are. And then we get into, is it better for you to open it twice? Is it only good for you to open once? What also works for you? And so
exactly.
If you were to say 804 and your goal is 30 people at that, that's 24,120.
Pretty nice little side income, right?
Then we play out each different scenario.
Exactly.
When I work with my clients, I always say, okay, let's now play this out at 47 times 12. 564, and we get 30 people at that, 16,920. There's not a right or wrong. It's, are we showing enough behind the scenes and tripping it out, and the teaching of the mini teachings of each of those, making women say, wow, she's really blown me away covering all these. Nobody else is this clear. And exactly what that gentleman said, you make me feel calm in the showing and the videos. You're attracting your ideal client because we're getting out of, oh my goodness, I don't know what to do. And we're just saying, no, I actually do. And I have this content so that I can connect more, stress less, reach out to people, JV partnerships, ask to be on podcasts, get myself seen, known, build the like, know, and trust factor before I'm launching my program, which will further enhance your conversions, the money, and it will also lessen the anxiety of, I don't know if this is going to work, because you're going to be tapping into that for a month, teaching on those. So we even covered just that one part. I would say most often I see coaches at single sessions for 60 minutes, anywhere from 150 up. Depends on the expertise, the personalization, and the ideal client. But once you declare and you define this, I'm going all in on this 12 months at this strategy using any one of the memberships or even any program. I have tons of coaches who then create another level once those people graduate, because it's a machine now, and then they'll do mindset, or they'll do really gain specific with the menopause module, or really gain specific with the adrenal fatigue, because we're really gain specific with the weight. That's when we all of a sudden really are starting to build our 6-figure business, which is possible. It's about being really smart in how we use content and constantly listening to our ideal client and where they want to go, and also what feels in alignment with our teaching. So I would say define the price, then look at, for the person who wants to have a 60-minute or a 90-minute intensive, what am I going to charge? And even start with those two, because you know they will flip back and forth. There will be a woman in month 4 that says, a light bulb went off. I have to work with you. So knowing your one-on-one offers virtually and how many people you can take is going to elevate and change the game. Plus, it's going to create extra financial opportunities. But most important, it's going to serve your ideal client in the way that they truly need to be served, which is how we get over our money mindset issues and we embrace the service-based funnel, the heart-based offerings that we know our ideal client wants. So that would be my homework for anybody, is define that larger offer. And then what are the upsells and downsells? What is, hey, you want to get on and personalize? And then if somebody's not ready for the 12-month, that is where your 5-day can also be an amazing downsell. And with that being said, guys, we got to peace out. Yeah. If you want to go check out Nicole, tell everyone your website before we peace out.
Oh, yes. So my business is Elite Health and Wellness, and at vtforvermont.com is my website. It's always a work in progress, so be kind.
This is the thing, guys. Nobody starts with a perfect site. Nobody. So please have a little more compassion with each of you. Same as Nicole. We got to let go of this perfection. We're here to serve.
Yeah.
And
it's hard. It's hard. I've been working on that for years. And I think that it's time, like you said, when you asked me what it was, I'm like, it's a combination of everything. It's just everything's crashing in a good way together for me.
And it's done that for everyone. I know, even personally, it took me this experience to restructure my business, my offerings, and stuff I knew for the past 4 years I wanted to do, but it's not until we're pushed
exactly
to change.
exactly.
So, let's do a little blessing. We're gonna
thank you so much.
Smudge and clear out whatever we don't, and we're gonna create one strategy, test it out, go all in, and then be able to pivot from what works.
Go all in.
Go all in. All right, guys. If you have any questions about content, please go to yourhealthcoachbiz.com. You will see on the side that you can specifically look at opt-in freebies, workshops. You can even go to the shop and search by niche. So please, if you have any questions about the membership, any others, or how to implement this, which program to buy and stuff of that nature, just let us know. And if you want to check out some free trainings that I have, go to rachelafeldman.com. Nicole, I will see you in a few minutes.
Yes, all right, you're guys, the best. Thanks so much.
Follow her, and we will see you guys soon.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.